Thanks for staying with us here on TVC Breakfast. It's now time for us to look at what the papers are saying this morning. And the first with me is the Nation newspaper with the main headline, Damagum, Delta defections shocking, painful to PDP. More governors to join APC, says Ganduje. Party chair receives NNPP senator, others. 170 nations delegations for Pope Francis funeral. NEC, that's NEC differs discussion on... No, NEC defers discussion on state government, state police. On the bottom strip, NEL Fund disburses 53 billion naira as student loan. Lecturer fired for sexual harassment. Above the masthead, we have I Remain Labour Party Chairman Abure insists. Let's quickly move to the next paper. We'll talk about the main headline, but just to catch up with the time. Nigerian News Direct is next. I Remain Labour Party National Chairman, no vacancy in party leadership, as Abure declares, wants OT to abide by Supreme Court ruling. Transcorp Power reports for the 3.283 billion naira pre-tax profit in first quarter. And Harvard lecture, Lagos investors delight, business powerhouse, that's Sanwo-Olu. Dangote joins World Bank elite, the elite group on catalyzing emerging economies growth. And in another breath, we have Blueprint newspaper with 2027 done deal. More governors joining APC. Ganduje declares 2025 Hajj, CBN okays cash BTA for pilgrims, and then desperate politicians behind current killings across Nigeria. That's according to Youth Council. So if you look at these three papers, they have in front of them about the aftermath, the ongoing conversation about the defection in Nigeria, talk about PDP moving, especially Delta State. They said more are still expected, and that's, I do not know what you think about this.
As I said yesterday, it has happened over and over again. It's nothing new. But the danger is we are slowly tilting towards a one-party state.
Yeah.
When we become a one-party state, anything the party decides to do becomes okay.
Yeah.
That is why we need a strong opposition.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those people or those organizations or parties that are supposed to act as opposition are all in shambles. They are having problems. They are having quarrels left, right, and center. So they are concentrating more on settling or finding a solution to their own problems, and they are not doing what they're supposed to do as the opposition. So practically, we are in a one-party state. Yeah, for members of APC, especially the chieftains of APC, it's Christmas for them.
That's right.
It's a happy, very happy time for them. But what are we losing?
Yeah, Veronica, if you look at the Nigerian News Direct, if we go a bit backward, we see, just as you take your line, I Remain Labour Party National Chairman, no vacancy in party leadership, Abure declaring, and wants OT to abide by Supreme Court ruling.
Well, he is perhaps interpreting in layman's terms what the Supreme Court has said, that the case that was before them, the matter was in court.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court said that their matter is non-justiciable. So they have a party constitution, and so that they should go and deal with their issues based on the party's constitution.
Right.
So if at this point Abure is insisting that, what, I am still the party chairman, whoever you are just making noise and all of it.
Yeah.
It goes to show that the mechanism to ensure that there is some stability within the party is not working. And nobody wants to come down their high horse to look inward and you say, what, guys, this is an opportunity for us to stand together to be that viable opposition that Nigeria's democracy needs to thrive. But because of perhaps individual interest, because that's how I see it, everybody is pulling the strings here and there, and now the center cannot hold. What does this pose for us as a country? Yes, 2027 is by the corner. Young persons are seeing what is going on. What is the lift they are borrowing from those who are occupying these positions, who should serve as patriots, as examples for young persons who want to come into politics. But what we are saying is it is about me and not about the country.
It's not about the country.
But just to quickly add to that, I feel like Labour Party needs to understand that we are tired. we are actually tired of the back and forth, and the power tussle is killing them. At this point, they're seeing everything that is happening. They're seeing all the people defecting to APC. I feel like this is time for them to even make their party stronger. Rather, when I saw the statement the man made, I'm like, oh my God, like what are they really thinking? Their stomach and their personal interest is killing them at the end of the day. And it's sad that they are not even realizing it.
No, they do realize it.
So then what is the problem?
They realize it,
They
they
do
plan
realize
ahead,
it.
and then...
They know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about politics. There's no time that it is quiet in politics. Controversy thrives in politics, especially when there's an opportunity for one position to be filled by 5 people. Oh yes, that is when the politicians are up and doing, because that's when business happens. That's when midnight meetings go on. That's when you know.
But I don't know. It just shows that they do not care for the party. That it shows that it's just for their stomach infrastructure, and they don't care for the party.
At that point, people reposition themselves strategically for something, for one position, or for whatever it is at the end of the day. But what is the lesson for me that the next generation is learning at the end of the day? This is the time Nigerians who have voters card, even though INEC is saying they may not use that in the next election, that you need to start becoming a part of this process.
That's right.
For you to determine and decide how things move, moving on from now.
Right, let's move on to this Nigeria. We have on the nameplate, we have NIMET workers suspend strike after federal government's intervention. The main headline reading, insecurity, state police talks shelved again. National Economic Council defers deliberation on police decentralization. Advocates modern ranching as panacea for farmers' herders conflict. CDS military kills 1,770 terrorists, arrest 3,073 in 3 years in Northwest. 11 million living with diabetes in Nigeria. The defection to APC least expected. And let's take in another breath. The Punch newspaper. NEC postpones state police talks despite surge in killings. And EFCC gets order to arrest 6 CBEX promoters. 13 governors fund rural electrification in 925 villages. Cybercrime, Chinese suspect forfeits 73 houses, 1,596 laptops. So let's take a step back to this Nigeria vis-a-vis the Punch newspaper, with the main headline saying insecurity, state police talks shelved again, and then you're having saying that they're advocating modern ranching as panacea for farmers' herders conflicts. So we've been talking about what do we do. Maybe we are borrowing from the United Kingdom or the United States system or the security architecture, where you have the federal, you have the state, and then you have the probably county or something close to local government policing and all of that. But here we are again. Some governors are saying we are in support. Others are saying maybe not yet.
The biggest fear for those governors that are saying we are not ready yet is that they believe that politicians in each state will use the state police to their advantage. In the same vein, politicians can also use the national police to their advantage. The advantage we have having state police is that those guys know the terrain. They know the state. They understand the psyche of the people of the state. And once those elements are in place, policing becomes a little bit more, a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Intelligence gathering becomes something that can happen just like that.
Yeah.
So if the state policing is bad, why are we using traditional rulers to gather information? It's the same thing. We're having vigilantes now. Look at what the former governor of Edo State did, Obaseki. He did, in fact, he instituted a state police and just called them vigilante. You understand? And they did fantastically well.
Absolutely.
I'm for state police.
That's
personally,
right.
I am.
Right. So let's see, is the same breath in the Punch newspaper. Veronica, if you look at NGF raises panel to tackle killings, proposes massive security personnel recruitments. He had alluded to what had gone on in Edo State, and we have similar thing in the Southwest, Amotekun. But is it not time for us to now have this state police advocacy, birthed?
Whatever you want to call it, Ibrahim, let us call it. But my issue is let us deal with our fundamental issues. Do we have security challenges? Yes, we do. Do we need to find a solution? Of course we need to. How do we address it? If your state wants to adopt state policing, please adopt it. The major issue is you have a responsibility to your people to ensure that they go to bed and close their eyes and sleep comfortably, that their properties, whatever, is safe. The primary purpose of any government, as defined by the Constitution, is the safety of lives of people and their properties, whatever it is they have. So if state policing will bring that solution, why can't you adopt it? What is that pragmatic measure you are taking as a governor? You told the people that you will do all it takes to ensure that they are safe. Here we are with what we term a solution, yet you are drawing back. We have seen countries like even Ghana take steps. You know what? If this is our problem, this is the step we are taking, being proactive, saying, you know what, these people, if you come here, we will deal with you. If this is our issues, they clamp down on it. But because the political will to addressing this matter, we are not, you know, hinging on that. We also now start playing politics with the whole matter. We've now ethnicized everything because we see that that's the card a lot of people are playing. Let us be proactive. Let's take decisive measures and deal with our issues.
But you know, if there's anything that surprises me about this, because I know the Bayelsa State Governor, he was saying that they were going to speak about it, but there was no time. And I'm like, what do you mean there is no time? This is the most important issue. Because
and they held 1 minute of silence for people who died.
And they held the 1 minute of silence for people who died, but there was no time to speak about this. I feel like it's high time that we need to understand that the people that are dying are very important lives. And I feel like state policing should have been the first thing they even spoke about, looking at the range of insecurity happening in Nigeria. So it's very surprising to me that that was even spoke about. And he said they'll probably speak about it in the next meeting.
That's right.
We don't even know when this next meeting will happen. How many people will go
before
that next meeting?
Let us go to the next paper, which is the Platform Times. And we have headlines on front page of it. Court approves arrest, detention of 6 CBEX promoters over $1 billion fraud. 10 banks remit 987.4 billion naira in Texas to federal government amid soaring. More Nigerians to fall into poverty by 2027. That's according to World Bank, which is warning. But this is against the backdrop of IMF, you know, making not complete or correct prognosis about Nigeria's economy, and it was attacked. And probably it was contrasted by Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, and they had to apologize. But let's react to this story. Health reforms. Federal government targets $5 billion investment, 70% local production. Minister Salako, if we can quickly go at it, just in less than 2 or 3.
For health, sorry. One of the sectors that I think is really, really very important is the health sector. For me, it is education, health, and the economy. Though it's supposed to be the economy first before the rest. However, a country that invests in the health sector is actually investing in the economy. Because we need very healthy people right now. If you fall sick in Nigeria, in Lagos, I see a lot of people drinking the local thing, the Abu. Yes. Why? Because medical bills are just crazy.
That's right.
They are really crazy. So no matter how much the federal government is going to pump into the health sector, to me it's fine.
That's right.
As much as they want to pump in so much money, they want to achieve universal health coverage, my issue is accountability. We pump in monies in various sectors. We do not get the results. How do we hold people to account? There's so much that we have channeled, even though we haven't met up the mark given by, I think, UN or WHO, 15% for our budgeting. How far have we come if we are taking this seriously? Whatever name you want to call it, be it illness fund or terminal illness fund, whatever it is, how are we judiciously using this money in our best interest?
Ria, I'll start off with you with the Weekend Hope. Very interesting story there. We have insecurity. Ex-Ondo Commissioner Takoro hails Aida Tiwa on proactive steps. Father, stepdad, doctor remanded over sex crime against 15-year-old. Doctors also cry over hidden pains when patients die. It's good to know that the Hippocratic Oath it's been honored by others. Collington Unfair to Me says, Wasiu Ayinde. That's an unending battle. but if you look at this story here, teenagers now dominate hookup girls, other prostitutes. That's according to investigation. Ondo government declares war on hotel owners, traffickers. Police, NIS can condemn transactional sex among teens. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, and it's so sad because I say to myself, when I was a teenager, I didn't even think about anything like this. It's so bad where we have gotten to...
House, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. No, apart from that, I didn't even think about things like this. But to see how technology has gotten to, what the generation has done to, you see a teenager and she almost looks like she's 20 or even 25. And I feel like when it comes to things like this, our teenagers are supposed to be learning. They're supposed to be back in school. Like, they're supposed to be learning something to help them in the future. So how are they now engaging in hookup? And we said it yesterday. We've said it countless times. And I'm using my voice as a beacon of hope for every young girl. There is nothing you will get in hookup. There is absolutely nothing that you wouldn't get in hard work that you'll get in hookup. And it's so sad to see that it's teenagers, not even adults.
I love the rhyme. There's nothing you get in hard work that you will get in, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you can do that in less than a minute, you know, just a quick thought.
Yeah. Well, on this issue, it's the money. The money.
But it's about how much?
The money. Look, the money is relative. 100,000 might be nothing to you, but a whole lot of money for a whole lot of us.
Absolutely.
But I tell people, for your own body, it's priceless. Your body is definitely priceless.
Let me just quickly address this matter in this way. Parents have failed. That's the summary. Because a parent should be nurturing their child, especially at this time, because they'll become that adult that would come back to take care of you later in your old age. But if you are not, you know, building them at this period and allowing them the way they should go, and now seeing them now becoming hookup girls, then there's something wrong. Your old age is being threatened at the end of the day. And I like the fact that they are clamping down on hotels that allow these things. You see small children going to hotels, paying for these things. It is important that we have rules and regulations.
Right, so I think we've done justice to most of the papers that we've reviewed today, and we want you to pick up any of those and more so that you keep yourself abreast of happenings